Welcome back to Thriving Beyond 60, your source for science-backed information to help you improve the quality of your life after 60. Last week, my friend Evelyn called me in a panic. She'd forgotten her neighbor's name at Bridge Club, someone she's known for 15 years. "This is it," she told me. "My mind is going, just like my mother's did." Now, if you've ever had that heart-stopping moment when a word or name slips away, I want you to hear this loud and clear. Memory lapses don't mean you're losing your mind. In fact, new research shows we can actually rebuild our memory capacity at any age, and I'm going to show you exactly how. Here's the truth about aging and memory. Here's what most doctors don't tell you. Memory loss isn't an inevitable part of aging. Yes, our brains change, but just like muscles, they respond to exercise. Take my neighbor Carl, who at 78 decided to learn Italian. At first, he struggled to remember simple words, but after a few months of practice, not only was he ordering pasta like a Roman, but he also found he could recall names and dates better than he had in years. This isn't magic, it's neuroplasticity. Your brain can form new connections throughout life. The key is giving it the right kind of workout. And the first method is so simple, you can start doing it while watching this video. Method number 1, the 5-second fix that strengthens recall. Next time you meet someone new or learn an important fact, try this. Pause for 5 seconds and say it out loud while picturing it in your mind. When I met my new pharmacist, I said, "Nice to meet you, David," while noticing his bright red glasses. In my mind, I imagined Dave the Red Baron flying behind the counter. Sounds silly? Well, it is. And that's why it works. Here's why. Speaking engages your auditory memory. Visualizing activates your visual cortex. The pause gives your brain time to encode the memory. Try it today with something simple. Your grocery list, a grandchild's activity time, even where you park the car. You'll be amazed how much more sticks. Method number 2, how your daily walk could be rewiring your brain. A 2023 UCLA study found something remarkable. Seniors who walked just 30 minutes daily showed measurable growth in their hippocampus, the brain's memory center, within 6 months. But here's the catch. It only worked if they did one specific thing during their walk. My friend Margaret calls it the noticing game. Instead of walking on autopilot, she actively observes the smell of fresh-cut grass, the pattern of cracks in the sidewalk, the sound of different birds. This mindful engagement triggers BDNF, a protein that acts like fertilizer for brain cells. Your assignment tomorrow, take a 15-minute brain walk. Notice 3 new details in your neighborhood. Your memory will thank you. Now, these first 2 methods will help strengthen your memory day to day. But what about those deeper brain-boosting habits that protect your cognition long-term? That's where our next method comes in, and it might just change how you think about your next meal. Last Thanksgiving, my 82-year-old Uncle Jim did something that stunned our whole family. After years of struggling to recall grandkids' names, he recited all 14 birthdays, in order. When we asked his secret, he just tapped his fork on his plate and said, "Started eating for my brain, not just my taste buds." And you know what? Science proves he was onto something powerful. Today we're diving into the surprising connection between what's on your plate and what stays in your memory. Method number 3, the memory-boosting power of your plate. Researchers at Rush University discovered something extraordinary. People who followed what they call the mind diet had brains that functioned like people 7.5 years younger. But here's the best part. You don't need some complicated regimen. Just focus on these 3 simple switches. First, make berries your new best friend. A Harvard study found women who ate blueberries and strawberries delayed memory decline by up to 2.5 years. I keep frozen ones ready for my morning oatmeal. No prep needed. Second, fall in love with leafy greens again. One salad or serving of cooked greens daily provides the brain-protecting vitamin K your neurons crave. My trick? I sauté spinach with garlic and raisins, sweet, savory, and brain-boosting all at once. Third, this was Uncle Jim's favorite. Swap out white bread for whole grains. The steady energy from whole grains prevents those midday mental fogs. He used to say, brown bread for a sharp mind, and his birthday recitations proved it. Method number 4, why your brain needs deep sleep to remember. Now let me tell you about my neighbor Helen's aha moment. After weeks of forgetting where she put her keys, she tried an experiment. For 1 week, she went to bed 1 hour earlier. The result? Not only did the key searches stop, but she also started recalling details from her book club novels with ease. Here's why this works. During deep sleep, your brain does its housekeeping. It's like a librarian organizing the day's memories, keeping what's important, discarding what's not. Without enough deep sleep, memories get piled in the wrong places. Try Helen's 3-step routine. Dim lights 30 minutes before bed. She uses amber bulbs. Sip chamomile or turmeric tea. This became our little nighttime ritual. Listen to soft instrumental music. She swears by Debussy. Within days, you'll notice names and details coming back to you like old friends. Here's the surprising connection between your ears and memory. Before we move to our final method, I want to share something fascinating my audiologist told me. Hearing loss accelerates memory decline more than almost any other factor. Why? Because when your brain struggles to hear, it steals energy from your memory centers. My brother-in-law, Gene, resisted hearing aids for years. When he finally got them, his wife told me, "It's like I got my husband's mind back." If you're straining to hear conversations, that mental exhaustion might be hurting your memory more than you realize. Now, we've covered how food, sleep, and even hearing protect your memory. But though there's one final method that ties them all together, a daily practice that sharpens your mind while bringing unexpected joy. And trust me, it's not what you'd expect. 6 months ago, I did something that terrified me. I signed up for piano lessons at age 67. My hand shook during that first lesson, and I was convinced I'd never remember the notes. But something miraculous happened. Within weeks, not only was I playing simple songs, but I suddenly could recall phone numbers I hadn't dialed in years. This brings us to our most powerful method yet, one that neuroscientists call the ultimate brain fertilizer. Method number 5, the 15-minute daily habit that rebuilds neural pathways. Here's the brain secret no one tells you. Novelty is your memory's best friend. When 85-year-old Martha from our community center took up watercolor painting, she didn't just create beautiful art, she regrew critical neural connections. A Johns Hopkins study found that learning new skills creates more cognitive improvement than brain games or puzzles alone. The formula is simple but profound. Choose something mildly challenging but enjoyable. Practice it for just 15 minutes daily. Track small wins. I keep a brain victory journal. My friend Gary started with bird watching. At first he struggled to remember species names. Now he can identify 47 birds by song. And his grocery lists stick like glue. The key? That delicious struggle. When learning rewires your brain at any age. Now let's bring it all together into your weekly memory rescue plan. Let me show you how Ruth, a 71-year-old retired librarian, combined all 5 methods into her routine. Morning, a berry smoothie with spinach, followed by her brain walk. Afternoon, 15 minutes. Learning Spanish podcasts. Evening, replaying new names using the 5-second rule. Night, her special brain tea ritual before 7 hours of sleep. Within 3 months, she went from forgetting doctor appointments to memorizing entire poems for her grandkids. The best part? She says she feels decades younger. I'd like to extend an invitation to you now. an invitation to a sharper future where you begin improving your memory. Now I want to hear from you. Try just one method this week, then come back and tell me in the comments. Which tip surprised you most? What small victory will you celebrate? Hit like if this gave you hope for your memory, and subscribe for more science-backed ways to thrive after 60. Remember what the researchers say. Aging brains don't decline. They just need the right challenges. As my piano teacher told me that first shaky day, the notes you practice today become the music you'll play tomorrow. Here's to the beautiful music your remarkable brain still has left to play.